Welcome back to the Stony Homies episode 2. Do you ever have friends that you look at and go, why are you my friends? I'm surrounded by them today. Let me introduce you to the asshole that is Drew, the quiet one that is Steve, and, speaks for himself. We all know that. That being said,
that's true.
We here at the Stony Homies have lost a lot of good people this week. Last week technically, including Ozzy Osbourne. I'm sure he's biting off doves' heads in heaven. If he went that way, I don't know. He might have went the other way. Who knows? I mean, he wore a lot of crosses, so I'd like to think he was blessed, but you never know. Anyways, back on Hulk Hogan. Of course, he died. But now they're saying that he had leukemia, which is weird because how the hell does Hulk Hogan get leukemia and still have more muscles than I've ever had in my life?
Yeah, he's a big dude still.
Like, that's not a good look for me. I'm starting to feel bad about myself.
He had a stroke.
I was hearing that he got double dosed on his medicine or something crazy stuff like that.
Do you realize that his son went to the memorial at wrestling only to look good to his new wife in order to get more money in the will?
Wow.
His daughter said that she wants nothing to do with him because he wanted nothing to do with her twin sons.
I seen she didn't even go to the funeral.
Right. That's dude.
Man.
Well, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. But I can kind of. I feel bad for Hulk Hogan because I kind of get it. You get what I'm saying? It's a fucked up situation when you don't have that kind of relationship or even kind of the ability to talk through shit with your kid. It sucks, but it's such, it's life. Nonetheless. Anyways, Neil, Drew, Steve, I'm Don C. Welcome to the Stony Homies. This was supposed to be a monologue, but somehow it got derailed. We're just doing a fucking show. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
So, I gave you guys a little bit of homework to do this week. Did you guys get it accomplished?
I did.
I'm going to go ahead and just be upfront. I did not.
I think I went a little bit further than accomplished the goal, sir.
Okay, so let's get into it. And since I know you have 4 kids and it's like impossible to get them to stop watching Bubble Guppies. So we kind of exclude the fact that you don't chime in if you feel comfortable. Ask questions if you want. Because we are all versed in this subject. And if you have a question, they might have the same question. So let's just bring this out. This is episode 2. And today we are going to focus on the Johnny Gosh disappearance. That being said, why don't you lead us off and tell us exactly about Johnny Gosh, Drew?
So, I'm really bad at dates. So if I get any dates wrong and you guys know for certain,
it's good.
then just let me know.
Okay.
But if I'm not mistaken, 1982, Des Moines, Iowa, Johnny Gosh left his house to go deliver his paper.
Mm-hmm.
He was a paper boy. I don't remember the exact time, but his parents woke up. He still wasn't back. They started getting phone calls saying that the people on his route never got their paper.
Okay.
So then the dad freaks out. He goes out looking for his son. Comes across his wagon full of newspapers with the dog attached to the wagon. No sign of the boy.
September 5th of 1982 was the day that he disappeared. Between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. He was presumed to have been kidnapped. But the way that they said that he was kidnapped was weird too, because his father always went with him on his paper route.
Yeah.
This time his father decided, no, I don't feel like going. Can you go by yourself? So he went by himself, and a weird guy was seen talking to him. And the weird guy had also talked to other kids, and they said that they gave him a very weird vibe. So he walked up to Johnny Gosh and started talking to him. And as Johnny Gosh went to walk away from the guy, a guy tased him.
Oh, wow.
So he falls back. The guy grabs his shoulders, and the other guy grabs his legs and loads him into the van.
Sorry.
And they take off with him.
Yeah.
People would later report never getting their newspapers, like he was saying. Continue on.
That's pretty crazy. So just out of the blue, missing, huh?
Oh, wait, it gets better.
Huh.
So,
Well, I guess with one suspect.
his dad comes back to the house, tells the mom to call the cops that Johnny's missing. She calls the cops. Now, from what I gather, it took the cops like 45 minutes to even show up.
So even back then, they were just taking their time.
Right.
It's wild.
No, but it was more blatant in the sense that the cops did not want to investigate.
Oh, so it's even deeper.
Oh yeah, no, the cops did not want to investigate. It was almost as if they were afraid to investigate because of what possibly could have happened. Now, mind you, at the time that this boy was kidnapped, there was also another kidnapping in a little town in Oregon that fit this to a T. Word for word, exactly what happened to Johnny Gosch happened to another person.
It's like all in proximity.
Like a copycat criminal kind of deal.
It gets worse than that.
Same MO, basically.
Okay.
So
they call the detectives. The detectives come out to investigate, but the detectives, even in the press conferences, are trying to discredit the parents and make it seem as if the parents had something to do with Johnny Gosch's disappearance. Well, Noreen, who is Johnny Gosch's mother, ends up telling a newspaper that Johnny Gosch escaped from his captors and visited her with an unidentified man in 1997, stating, and I quote, that he was kidnapped by sex slaves, or kidnapped into a sex slave ring, and he had escaped. The pedophile organization had been cast aside when he was too old, meaning that they threw him out because he aged out of it.
Yeah,
he was no longer, worth selling the ass of.
He no longer fit the needs.
And he subsequently feared for his life because he was no longer of use to him. So they were going to kill him. Now, the guy behind this was a guy by the name of Larry King. Not the one on TV, big black dude. But he was in politics with all the surrounding politicians. Therefore, they were kind of like buddy-buddy type shit. It was wink, wink, nod, nod. They were throwing these parties where you could walk in and you could pick which one you wanted, and that's who you got.
That's crazy.
Awesome Epstein Island type shit.
Right,
Yeah.
before Epstein Island.
So it makes sense with the cops being intimidated to even touch on it. That's insane, dude.
So there was other kids out that night, that morning, delivering papers and shit. And they seen Johnny. They talked to Johnny before he went missing. And I don't know if it's true or not, but from what the kids were reporting was that they seen Johnny talking to a guy in a blue sedan. When the detectives went back and talked to the kids stated that they noticed multiple sedans around the neighborhood that have never been in the neighborhood before. What are you trying to show me
Kind
here?
of like open.
That is literally what you're talking about right now.
like what they open their eyes up to.
That way you actually have the
Now
facts.
they're seeing all the strange vehicles.
But you pretty well covered it with the exception of you saying the boy's name, you pretty much had it covered.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a weird thing. It was like they almost like closed in on the city in order to get a kid.
Yeah.
And Johnny Gosch was that kid, whether or not he was that kid intentionally or not. Now, the whole time that he's been missing, the mother and father are like trying to get people to pay attention to the case.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it got to a point where the mother and father ended up divorcing over it.
Wow.
Because the suspicion of, well, maybe your husband did it. Well, maybe your wife had something to do with it.
They
Which
drove
one do
them
you
apart.
right? So obviously it was a divide and conquer kind of thing.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the one documentary say that at some point in time, the father took a call? Nobody knows who he talked to, but it was more of like a yes, 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 okay, hung up, and then he left.
I don't remember that. It sounds familiar, but I can't say for sure that that's.
So I watched like 5 of these.
You watched way more than I did. You got way deeper in it.
Dude.
I told you were going to get sucked in. I warned you when I brought up this subject, because I've known about the subject for a couple of years. I read the book about the subject.
Wow.
So it's literally like there's like a strange conspiracy around everything that happened. The way it was handled by police. The way, so, correct me again if I'm wrong. The night before his paper route, Johnny and his mom are watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
While Johnny goes to bed, his mom's still up. Johnny comes in to talk to his mom, tells his mom that he didn't need his dad to go on the paper route with him, that he was old enough he can do it by himself. His mom was nervous and didn't want it to happen. But he told his mom that he would be okay, that he's going to do his paper route by himself. And then he ended up coming up missing.
Yep.
On the one day that he tells his mom, like, I'm going to be cool.
It always seems like when you change up something in a routine like that, that's when the shit happens.
But check this shit out, though. So, years later, there is a White House reporter.
Mm.
I wish I remembered his name, but I can't. For some reason, it just escapes me. But his initials are JG. And he always asks softball questions of George Bush. Well, they do a little bit of investigating and figure out where this guy got his reporting license from. Well, they end up digging up that he was a male prostitute that was sold into sex slave ring as a kid. Johnny Gosh went from Johnny Gosh to another JG name, to another JG name, to this guy's JG name. They thought it for sure it was Johnny Gosh. They had set up to do a DNA test, and then the guy was like, I'm not gonna submit to the DNA test, that it's not worth it for him. He has nothing to win from it, therefore he's not going to do it. So if you're not Johnny Gosh, why would you not give the people the closure of knowing whether or not he was Johnny Gosh?
Yeah, right.
Then they had an interview with the guy that was supposed to do the DNA test. And it was him and a reporter, and the reporter's like, my friend says he does not have to do it, or does not have to take a DNA test, that if you believe he's Johnny Gosh, then you just believe he's Johnny Gosh. But my friend is telling you that you are wrong.
Mm.
But you didn't know this dude. The only way that you were friends with this dude is because you were part of the conspiracy to hide Johnny Gosh's body. You can chime in at any point.
But then the family decided to hire private investigators because the cops weren't doing their job. They were selling everything just to pay for it.
It's just like going further, further, and further down the rabbit hole.
And then the sheriff that
Oh,
didn't
shit.
do his job ended up quitting the department and then got arrested for things that he was doing.
Oh my God, dude.
It's literally like this entire town was built on corruption.
Everybody's in part of this
Like-
shit. Yeah.
And then he was on the interview and they said, have you contacted your mom? It's been 40 years. No, I haven't talked to her.
It's a whole fucking Diddy city.
Why not?
Like that, like Don said, like he went through 4 different names, but they all were JG. So the reporter that came mysteriously out of the blue and had a press badge to the White House, who was an ex-child prostitute. When you research the paper or website that he worked for,
Nothing.
it
No,
wasn't.
no, it goes back to the same fucking paper where Johnny Gosh got kidnapped from.
Oh, so it linked it, basically.
I forgot that link.
And then the job he said he had never existed. He made up a reporting job that never existed.
What in the hell?
And he took it to the White House.
Yeah,
He was in the White House. George Bush would call on him every time that he had a press conference because he would ask softball questions.
yeah, it made it comfortable for him to answer to. That's nuts, dude.
And then, come 2013, the giant child pedo ring gets busted in Des Moines, Iowa.
Just lines right up. Yep.
Like, there's so many conspiracy theories that are just circling around just those two little boys. Imagine about the ones that you don't hear about.
Right, that actually go missing and that's it.
Well, I mean, right,
That's
like,
facts.
There,
Boys, girls, all.
there is a time where Johnny's Gash's mom said that she bumped into a boy who stopped her and goes, "Are you Johnny Gash's mom?" And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, we were in slavery together. We were sold into a sex slavery together. And when you see him, and you will see him, he will have this tattoo, just like I do." And when she bumped into her son, or when her son came to the house that night, she said he had that tattoo.
Oh my goodness, like a brand.
Yeah, like a brand, yes.
Dude.
And this is all, and again, these two did not know anything about this case until I brought it to them, was like, this is what we should do.
Mm-hmm.
This is by far, probably, with the exception of the JFK, the most conspiracy-laden.
It's so deep.
Like, you're never going to get an answer that substantiates all the evidence that is there.
It's going everywhere.
Therefore, how do you, in truth, lay your head down at night and go, I was a part of this, and I'm still not going to tell the truth about it? You get what I'm saying? Like, all these people are involved. Like,
somebody knows the damn exact truth.
more than somebody.
Yeah, a lot of bodies.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get a DNA test from him, I'm sure.
He won't do it.
He just won't submit. That's the
the
problem.
only way to do it is by court order, and the court isn't going to order somebody to take a DNA test just because everybody has a suspicion he's somebody else.
Right. When they saw Elvis a couple years ago as a farmer in Arkansas, they couldn't make him take a DNA test to prove he wasn't Elvis.
So what if we can get blood off of him and take it to get tested?
The guy's dead now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
dead?
as dead as George Bush is.
Oh darn.
He was an old man.
Johnny?
Yeah. Johnny was a 12-year-old in 82.
82. Okay.
Yeah,
You're looking at somebody that's 60 years old now.
That don't mean he's going to be dead.
He can still be
AIDS.
alive.
He might have had health problems.
Did you say AIDS?
No,
AIDS.
AIDS.
I swear he said AIDS.
Let's say he came to your house, he tripped and fell, he started bleeding profusely, we collect evidence, knock on his mom's door and say, hey, let's get it tested.
She might be dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about his mom.
I don't either. She might be dead now.
But,
She was older.
oh, I saw her. She was a cougar.
But this is the kind of stuff that it's amazing to me that us as a society allow this to go on. Like whether it's Des Moines or it's Cleveland or how do we as adults and especially men allow this shit to go on?
So the real question is, do you think something like that could happen nowadays?
I feel like it.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it still happens. I guarantee you there are mothers that sell their children.
You give them enough money, they'll do
I'm
anything.
sure it's a lot more elaborate now.
You have to look at it like this. To some parents, kids are just tax write-offs.
That's true.
It's sad, but yeah, you're
They
right.
don't care about anything except for themselves.
But I'm saying, to the extent that Johnny Gosh's mom went,
Epstein Island.
but what I'm saying is, to the extent that she went with social media and everything out there right now, I'm not saying that kids don't go missing, but I'm saying, so like, do you think there would have been a bigger exposure to the story had it not taken place back then?
Kids disappear every day.
But with
Sure.
social media and everything nowadays, you have a further outreach just by picking up your phone.
Let me tell you another story real quick. This happened right here on 55th and Kinsman by the gas station. A little girl, about 12 years old, was getting ready to go to school. She hopped on the RTA. She got off on Kinsman, right? A guy gets off behind her on Kinsman, snatches her, takes her into an abandoned house, rapes her, plucks her eyeball out with a fucking drill bit, kills her, puts her under a bunch of carpet, and leaves her. This just happened like 2 years ago.
That's insane, dude.
Kids are still disappearing at a very rapid rate.
Regardless of the social exposure from these platforms, it's sad, dude.
I mean, what if you have power like Diddy, right? Diddy got away with so much bullshit.
For a long time, even now, even with our current
And he still
technology.
got off his. He still was found innocent. When you got money and power,
You got it. You got it. That's
you
true.
can do anything you want. To a point. All things come to an end eventually, but he's got a good run for it.
No, I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not a parent, so I really don't know, but I got a feeling if I ever had a kid, bro, like there would be no stopping. There would be no.
But you can only go so far. Look at De Jesus and Amanda Berry's parents.
They kept
You can
going.
only go. You can go to the end of the world. If you don't have police cooperation, you can only go so far.
But at what point do you go, the cops aren't doing anything for me?
Oh, day one. But as soon as I got to report it to these fucking pigs, I'm like, these motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit for me. I might as well do it myself. I know how inadequate the police are. Do you hold out hope that they'll do their job? Yeah. But in truth, you know damn well they're not really gonna do their fucking job.
So then it's up to you to go and ask the questions and you to start digging around. And you know when people start getting suspicious. I mean, just like Ariel Castro's daughters and shit, and his family. They were suspicious of all the locks and shit around the house, but nobody spoke up. They just figured that's how he was. He was a private person. When really, I mean, walk around your house.
If I ever come to your house, I'm fucking reporting everything I see.
That's how you're my buddy.
Look, I am not an accomplice after the fact, sir.
There's being buddies, then there's being human.
Right. At the same time, look, you might have Johnny Gosh for all I know.
Ask some questions to throw us off the trail. I got you. I think to answer that though, I would think now with our current technology, that would mean there's even more layers to it. That's even more shit you gotta dig.
Right. You gotta figure, first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna get rid of the cell phones. Cell phones ping off towers.
There's eyes everywhere now.
Yeah.
Everywhere there's cameras, cell phones.
So that only made these criminals more elaborate in their attempts to take these
They
people.
got stuff that'll see through these walls underneath the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
Yeah.
They have technology. You get in a car accident, they take off the paint off your car and they can tell you who was part of the accident.
Yep.
But it does not change the fact that yes, people can be kidnapped and taken full advantage of and not being reported. Excuse me, sir, is there something important on your phone now?
Yeah, there is. Just the same way that there was something important on
Yeah,
your
that was
phone.
about my mom.
And that's who I'm texting at the moment.
My mom's.
That was actually my sister about my mom. But it's not my TV, it's my Alexa. It gives me news updates at 8 o'clock every night.
Ah, nice.
On 7:30 every night, apparently.
Well, catch up with your mom.
Did you guys' Alexa's update?
I got an iPhone.
No! You don't have Alexa in your house?
No,
Dude, what is wrong with you?
I don't trust it.
I'm stone aged.
Of course you wouldn't trust it. And it was like, I got too many captives.
They can't know. It's another way for them to reach out.
I can't have Alexa in my home because the last thing I'll hear is Alexa, call 911 and my ass will be in prison. Don't you do it! They'll be showing up at the door. I'll be like, dude, look, we're filming a podcast. I went to make a joke, and next thing I know, you guys are here.
It's all in good fun.
I mean, yeah, people get kidnapped all the time.
Still.
How do you do it? No.
Probably at a higher rate, honestly.
I don't, but if I were,
Here goes his O.J. Simpson moment. If I did it, this is how I did it. And go.
hypothetically, I don't know. There's too many places to get rid of, to hang out with your friends. There's too many
This
places.
motherfucker Danger just said there's too many places to get rid of bodies.
Yep, I saw that.
You got what he was laying down.
Saw him stutter that.
I'm like, oh, and that squeaking in that chair is driving me nuts. Dude,
We need some oil for this bad boy.
we need oil for these chairs, dude. That one was Okay, back to what we were talking about. So, Johnny Gosh, is he alive or dead?
I'm gonna say dead at this point. I don't really know if I believe if that reporter was Johnny Gosh. If you look at the pictures from when he was younger to where that guy was, his eye was kind of drooped down on one side.
That could be from getting beat for not giving up the booty, though.
He could be wearing makeup.
It could even be a medical
It
condition.
is a
That was
possibility.
palsy.
Yep.
That is a possibility. But I think if he had escaped, I don't think he would put himself in a spotlight to be seen. Does that make sense? So, like, if you escape slavery and you know that these people can have somebody come and kill you, are you going to get put in front of a camera and go, here I am?
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, I would want to stay low key.
Almost like a protective custody kind of feel.
Almost.
Because you can't come out and people are never going to really believe that it's really
True
true.
that too.
You get what I'm saying? Another thing, did you hear they're trying to get the girl who helped Epstein do all that shit released?
Really now.
She's been convicted. She was arrested. She came out and said, I'm not suicidal by any means. If something happens to me, it was murder. Now they are trying to get her released from prison.
Sounds about
I
right.
can see
This
that.
government is so, and I'll tell you who did it,
This one.
but I don't want them showing up at my house.
Yeah.
But their names begin with a B and an H.
Mm-hmm. We don't want to compromise. We'll leave it there.
I don't know who it is.
Huh?
I don't know who it is.
Good. We're not even just gonna. We're gonna act like we didn't say nothing. We don't know nothing. We ain't gonna be.
Exactly. Have you ever heard the story about the boys on the train tracks?
Which boys on the train tracks?
There was boys on the train tracks in Oregon. Go figure. Which is awfully strange. It's always Des Moines, Iowa, or Oregon. But nonetheless, there was boys walking down a train track. They stumbled on something they shouldn't have done, or they shouldn't have seen. Next morning, them boys were found laying naked on the train tracks. Their clothes were folded beside them. They were dead.
Where was this at?
This was reported to be because they stumbled upon a CH is drug activity. Because back in the day, her and BC, HC and BC were dealing drugs in order to fund their political campaigns. So they stumbled upon that. They fucking seen the drug deal was over here. They are walking by on the train tracks. They see what's going on. They go up and they kill them, leave them on the train tracks, and disappear. They were found on the train tracks the next day. There's a former wrestler who's from Oregon who came out and said, I was the one that was responsible for killing them under the orders from HC and BC. Wow. This all ties into the Johnny Gosh sex ring as well.
Now, is this all while he was getting, from ML?
No, this was before the White House.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, man. There's two. It just goes to show you, once the government gets involved, shit gets real hazy, really fast.
You know what's really weird too? My buddy, the one that's been missing for 3 years, he spent fucking months investigating this shit, right? He came to my house one night at 3 a.m. He's like, you have to drive me to the store. I'm like, what the fuck? I almost shot him, first of all, because he knocked on my door. I opened it, no one was there. So I closed the door, and he knocked on my door again. About 5 minutes later, so I grabbed the pistol, and I hold the pistol up, and I opened up the door, and I got the pistol like this. He's like, dude, don't shoot. He's like, I gotta go downtown. You gotta take me downtown right now. I'm like, why? He's like, because HC commented on my post, and now they blocked me from everything. And they said that they're going to set it up to where it looks like I'm into child porn. So I have to go and figure out a way to delete all my Facebook and all my information on my social medias. Now, mind you, he's been missing for 3 years.
It looks like you just mind fucked Steve-O.
Bro, I mean, double shot. One.
You're awfully quiet over there, Neil. We have literally not heard a word from you this entire episode.
Does it not shock you? Or is it just so normal now, you know?
I was like, wait till they get a load of what's in my house.
He's like, that ain't shit.
He's like, oh, that was Tuesday. That's what we call that. We call that Tuesday.
2 times Tuesday.
Well, Dad already knows how I feel about his friend. I'm not
Well,
allowed to
I
talk
know.
about.
So why don't you let me know? How do you feel about this friend? You feel it's some crazy
Please
shit?
enlighten us.
I think he's dead. That's
Okay,
what- I
okay.
think he's dead. I think I told Don I would communicate through the spiritual world, find him.
All right. Neil the medium or the large.
How you feel?
I'm definitely Steve the small.
How are you gonna work to find him?
I'm gonna speak to my spiritual friends and use my pendulum.
Your pendulum? Like crystal? What is this, an episode of Charmed over here? He's fucking throwing together spells and shit. He's got a giant book in his attic. He's got candles and a
Hocus
fucking,
pocus dickory doo.
the Satan star on the floor.
My boy's homie is missing, and where the fuck are
You
you?
got a cat named Salem? Sup?
Magic, ninja, what? Why do I have a feeling he has to play with his crystal with a thong on? I don't think it just gives me better reception.
He calls it the activator.
So, back to Johnny Gosh. You believe he's dead.
I believe he's dead. Only for the simple, if he escaped and went and seen his parents, well, his mom, at least.
His dad said, and I quote, I don't believe that crazy bitch really had to visit. They're divorced now. Obviously, they hate each other. Obviously. And he
How
says
else
that he-
would she had gotten those pictures of all those other kids tied up on the bed?
Dude, did you ever hear about the video or the picture that was left in the fucking Tennessee parking lot?
No.
It shows Johnny Gosh tied up with a girl. The girl was another girl who was hit on a bicycle in Oregon while bike riding and kidnapped and traded into sex trafficking. And has never been heard from or seen again.
Bro, they were just harvesting children out there.
Well, I'm telling you,
They probably paid the family off. Sure.
You listen, I'm sure there are families out there that would fully do that.
If you're
I
that
wouldn't put
close
it
to your
past
family,
anybody.
why would you want to see your mom after 40 years?
so that leads back into the theory about the phone call that his dad got. So that's suspicious of a phone call.
Keeping it confident.
Right, and then
Confidential.
you just disappear, and then you get a divorce from the wife. Now all of a sudden the wife's crazy.
Mhm.
Like, no, she's missing her son. Her son was taken.
That would drive anybody crazy.
Right.
Or she does see her son, but they don't make it public.
Mhm.
He wears one of those COVID masks when he comes over, and they don't know who he is. And,
Incognito.
yeah.
And you won't even get COVID.
Bam, right here it is. This is the picture.
And that was the girl that was biking.
That was the girl that was biking and was kidnapped.
And that's supposedly Johnny taped
And
up.
that's supposed to be Johnny Gosh taped up next to her. So what I'm saying, there's so much shit deep into this. And then you zoom in on the book, and this picture's not that good. But they said the book itself is about child kidnapping sex rings. And that the book is just positioned next to her for no apparent reason. But as you can see, they're tied up, they look scared, they have their hands tied behind their backs. This was found in a Florida grocery store parking lot.
Very far from Des Moines, that's for sure.
Where would you have your sex parties?
Mm-hmm.
Iowa or Florida. And if you don't want people to find out where you took the kids, what do? You take them far away.
That's right. You
That's like robbing a bank, but you rob a bank in Tennessee because they're never going to look for you in Ohio.
You don't shit where you sleep.
Exactly.
How do we know Johnny Gosh didn't make it onto Epstein's island?
You very well could have.
That's another thing too. They haven't released the Epstein list either.
I can see that being like a high caliber. Wow, man, just messed up. I mean, there ain't nothing else to
It
say.
just goes to show you the people that we put in charge of this country are sick fucks.
They fail us.
And it's literally like we just turn a blind eye to it.
Well, what's that thing they say? Once you give everybody their basic needs and necessities, they won't even bat an eye at it. That's the control factor, right? Make them comfortable.
All right. Back to what you were saying.
I said what I was saying.
I know, I heard everything
I
you
was
said.
waiting for Neil to say something,
But I
but
hasn't said anything this whole episode. But that's completely weird that he would be the quiet one that
Almost seems suspicious or
Is
sus.
he on Epstein's list?
And if
I don't know if Neil's that high caliber to be on Epstein's
Yeah.
list.
Have you seen how many hot dogs he cooks at one time?
I mean, I'm not saying that he's not part of a ring, a local ring, but
Those wieners.
I mean, it is suspicious. I mean, he's the only dude I know that eats hot dogs like spaghetti.
And then slurps them like too, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. He likes the Lady and the Tramp, the whole hot dog.
I like you when the noodle's long and I can slurp.
I bet Neil has made out with a man at least once in his life.
Have you made out with a man at least once in your life, Neil?
You know, I just feel like this whole Joey Gosh thing is really sketchy.
Johnny Gosh, not
Johnny
Joey
Gosh.
Gosh. And
You made
answer the
him
question,
uncomfortable.
sir. Eating on just because we make you
Hold on. I just want to put this on record as this is really showing that Neil didn't watch the video either because he hasn't had no
He
input.
hasn't had zero input, and when he did, and then when he did, he said the wrong name.
Yeah, I said,
Because he's really
I said the cop
thinking-
got fired.
He's really
He went
thinking
to
Joey
jail.
Chestnut.
He did say that, but again, have you made out with a guy in your lifetime?
No.
That's a lie. I can tell by the look on your
Look
face.
at that ear to
That
ear
was
smile.
that was 100%. He was
Look at
dressed
all
up
the
as a
blood.
woman.
Look at all the blood rushing to his
Uh-huh.
face right now.
It's rushing to somewhere.
It's about as red as Johnny.
Better than when he was stroking that camera. It was running somewhere else. Let me tell you,
Boy.
It's warm in here, that's all.
Neil, do you play?
dude,
both
your
sides of
face
the
was
fence?
as red as that microphone just a minute ago.
Yep.
Do you play both sides of the fence, Neil?
I just stay in my yard.
Good answer.
That's where all the hostages are.
Home field advantage. I get it.
It's just like going on there with the documentary. It's just.
So do you think he's alive or dead?
I think he's alive 100%. Because I was doing the math and how old he would be with that interview where he looks like Steve from Jerry Springer. I think he's completely alive. His Italian buddy that claimed he's his friend, he was covering up for him.
So you don't think he's? Where do you think he is then? Or do you think he's just living a normal life?
I'm sure someone was paid. You don't just do that for free. You don't just give up your booty for free.
No, other people got paid because he was sold into sex slavery. So he didn't get paid.
He just
He
got
was a
used.
slave. Do you know how slavery works?
He got used. He didn't even get a
I'm
percentage.
sure he was taken care of.
With like,
Slavery.
is it like some kibbles and bits with a water bottle?
Yeah, I know, but to be quiet, not to throw anybody under the bus, I'm sure he was taken care of.
If you tell, we're killing you. If you don't tell, we're killing your asshole.
That's taken
Those
care
are
of.
the two. Those are the standards we're living with.
It'd be taken care of by them means.
He wasn't paid, I'm sure.
Why?
But with as high society as it is right now, he could come out and become filthy rich with a story. All you would have to do was expose it. And there's so many of us that don't believe anything the government says. We would instantly back him and support him, and nothing could happen to him after that. So, if he was alive, I have to believe that he would. Therefore, I lean towards he's dead.
You honestly believe even if he were to come forward and had all the support from the people, that the government still couldn't get to him?
Well, absolutely, 100%.
Epstein is a perfect example. We all knew how guilty he was. We all knew he was in prison and he should have been guarded. He was on suicide watch, but magically the camera shut off.
Same
Magically,
thing happened to Ariel Castro. The camera shut off and he died. Sometimes the cameras just go bad.
Probably it might have been storming that
And then he
day.
died.
Right. You cannot account for a 15-minute shortage. Sometimes the system just shuts down. And next thing you know, it happens.
Would that be system?
He
of a
probably
down?
was watching the camera, seeing the little red blinking, and then realized that the blinking didn't blink for a while. And was like, here's my opportunity. If I'm going to kill myself, I better go now.
Yep, now or never.
But when you're on suicide watch, you don't have the tools to commit said suicide because they strip you naked
Oh,
and
yeah,
they put you in a lead vest, and the only thing you get is a rubber mat.
That sick ass blanket.
You figured it out? Life is not about the tools you are given. It is about the job you need to accomplish with said tools.
I don't know.
Where there is a will, there is a way. That is Dre Day.
That sounds like somebody at the prison was contacted, paid. They went in there and got his ass.
Of course they did. Of course they did. But we ain't gonna. I have a feeling that somebody with the initials HC and BC were behind that one as well. So we're not gonna talk about that. Unless you want visitors tonight.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, do not.
Don't ruffle those feathers.
I ain't ruffling shush.
Just the chips.
I did, yeah, some sour cream and
What's your favorite, Jim?
My favorite? French onion dip.
That's
Just straight up.
everybody. That's
No.
everybody.
French onion.
What's your favorite brand? How about that?
I'm a salsa guy.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can say French onion, but what?
Hell of a good dip.
Oh, see,
No.
you're fucking pathetic.
No,
I
no.
love hell of a good.
You need to like walk
I
yourself.
like the Dairyman.
What is the other one?
Right.
Dairyman, yeah.
I like the Dairyman.
Jerryman's or Lawson's. Those are the only two.
Lawson's is hard to find though.
Oh,
Yeah,
but if you
find
know
it.
where to
If
get
you
it.
know where to get it, Lawson's is definitely better than Dairyman's. Lawson's blows Dairyman's out
They
of the
sell
water.
it at the gas station right at the corner by my house.
It is
I go in there like,
so hard.
I
to
never
find
really
it, though.
did get that.
But I am a salsa
My
guy.
parents got
I
hell of a
prefer
good.
salsa over everything.
But I think hell of a dip tastes better than Lawson's.
Nah, I don't
Kill
like
yourself.
Dairyman.
Kill yourself.
Straight up.
You're not very guys promoting health for guys. You shouldn't tell people that.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice.
That was very harsh of you.
there's no way hell of a good is
I
better.
think he's
than
still
Lawson's.
mad because you broke off your date with them.
Broke
And you
off.
shouldn't have done that.
Broke off something.
Like they had it all planned and Neil magically couldn't get free that day. It was like a girl going on her first date. She just, I didn't shave my legs. You can't see me.
Hee, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, but even if she didn't shave, I'd still show up.
We don't need to go there, Neil.
Wouldn't doubt it.
This is a no zone, Neil. We are trying to record the show.
I put in all of the effort, and you gave me 0 in return.
Now,
How
I
do you
defense,
love
I
him?
said, you can back me up if you want.
Yeah.
If you have something to do, please do it. And if I call you,
So basically, I was supposed to be on standby for when you call.
What a shame.
I'm supposed to jump.
You were gonna make him an option and not a priority.
but I was
Shame on you.
to take care of other
An
business.
option or an ultimatum. There's only two choices.
Really?
Multiple.
You were gonna make him an option, bro.
Mm.
After all this shit you talked, you made cartoons about how you guys would go to the beach and have all these wonderful things, and you made him an option. Shame on you.
That's wrong,
You're-
man.
You're like every other typical guy out here. You don't know how to treat a woman.
There's makeup sex, okay?
He got feelings.
There is no makeup sex.
All right, I won't wear makeup.
What kind of sex you making up?
We're not even having sex.
I guess if y'all can picture it, them AI Bigfoot videos.
That being said, what have you learned on today's show?
I learned that when we want to do a serious podcast, that there's only 2 of us that are going to do the research and have a conversation. about it.
here.
That's what I learned.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Steve-O, you're excused.
I say I owned
This
up.
time, next time, you better do the fucking research.
I owned up. He didn't.
I watched it twice.
I'm just kidding.
You chimed in once.
So what did you learn besides the entire story of Johnny Gosh?
Scooby's like, I got something to say, damn it.
I already watched it. I already chimed in.
Who's a good girl?
I did my homework.
One of
I did
them.
my job. I'm always doing my job.
Apparently not, because you contributed nothing to the conversation.
This is like a blowjob without the satisfaction.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna pass him a blowjob.
So you're just gonna pass up
My
on the
man.
research.
No, I watched it twice, 3 times.
I would like to point out that Hill versus the cream pie. Of course, he's not going to do the research.
Yeah.
No.
So, what have you learned today?
I need to do more research.
I don't know everything. Johnny Gosh disappeared, and now I got a lot
Yeah.
of shit to find out.
That shit blew my mind open. I definitely learned something there.
I learned that given the right opportunity, the right chances, and the right microphones, we can make a bomb-ass show.
Yes, sir.
This was episode 2 in one day. We did it for you. We hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a loved one. Punch your grandmother and make her download it. We don't care. Wait a minute, sorry. We here at the Stony Homies
Do not punch your grandma.
Don't.
do not in
punch
any
your
way
grandmas.
support the idea of punching your grandma.
No,
Unless that bitch deserves it, then give her one right and kiss her.
Again, do not punch your grandmas.
Okay,
Do not
kick your
punch
grandma down the steps.
Don't kick your grandma down the steps. Don't do that either.
Hit her with a Chevy. I don't know.
You know what they say, if you can't punch her, push her.
Pay somebody to do it so you don't get caught.
You know what? Hide in the house, and when your grandma comes in with her tea and coffee, light her shit up with fucking paintballs. You technically didn't hit her, the paintball did. That being said, you don't hit us with those words.
Always remember to be cool, stay classy, don't let your bag drag and meet low. Later.